Welcome, everybody. It is week 16, the week of the fantasy football semifinals. I'm Josh Hudson. With me today, Faith hosting, Joe Zollo's back, and of course, the infamous, the one, the only CooterDoodle for the 69th episode of Start Sit Different Day. Bring all of your Start Sit questions, and let's get you to the fantasy football championships.
Good Saturday morning, and welcome to Start Sit Different Day for week 16, the weekend before Christmas. As Josh said in the intro, it is our 69th episode. Nice. So it's only fitting to have the fabulous one and only CooterDoodle join us. Good morning, CooterDoodle.
Good morning. Also, I don't think this was planned because we've been trying to make this happen, Josh and I, like behind the scenes for at least a month or two. So it just worked out, you know?
Josh was definitely planning it. Let's be honest.
The stars aligned.
Yes.
He was definitely.
Even though he didn't realize it, he was planning it. Glad to have Joe back with us this week.
Hi.
Coming to us live from the home of our favorite Zollo, Lou.
Yeah, I would say my childhood home, but they moved out of my childhood home. So now we're just here vibing. Free food.
Vibing.
Yeah, it's great.
You know what? I feel that. I am also at my parents' house, judging by the background.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. We'll be back in Indianapolis next week. We're all good.
There you go. Josh, good morning. Coming to you live from the same place he always comes to us from.
Yep, I don't move much. But I am moving next month, so there's that.
Oh, are you officially finally?
Yep.
Congratulations.
New state or same state?
Yeah, same state.
There's no shot that man moves out of Florida.
No.
If only.
It's too cold everywhere else.
Yeah, no shot. No chance.
Well, I'm in a hoodie in Florida, so, there's not much difference.
It's like in the 70s.
In your house. Because he's in his house where he keeps it like 69.
There's
nice.
Also, for what it's worth, New York Times, if you are listening, for the love of God, Wordle.
Just end it.
End it now.
So I can shut up about it. Just end it.
That video was spot on.
That was amazing.
I'll tell you what, though. I'm starting to get nervous because I gave them too much. I do, only because I want shark to be the start word. But I've gave them until the end of 2024, and I feel like I went too big with that. That's a long time for me.
Oh, 24.
Yeah, because I'm going to squirrel off.
Give it
I'm
to
going
you
to forget.
Christmas next year. You've opened that can of worms.
I don't know. I'm hoping it's Christmas.
What you do is put a reminder in your phone towards the end of next year. Put it in your calendar.
Yeah, because I'm going to forget.
Remind you.
I know.
People still play Wordle?
I mean,
I remember.
You gotta have something to live for, Joe.
Do people also still use like game cubes and like
they
like
might.
Pong?
Listen, she lives in Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing to do here.
Her options are limited here.
I lived in North Dakota.
Today.
Our football team sucks. What am I supposed to do?
I lived in North Dakota. I don't want to hear about there's nothing to do. Okay.
It gets me out of bed.
There's nothing to do in North Dakota.
Yeah, there's nothing to do, and it was -50 with 12 inches of snow on the ground. So nothing to do.
Josh would die on the spot.
Would never live
on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he never came to visit.
That's okay. Not many people came. That's fine.
Is the only person who came to visit you, G?
No, other people came. My parents.
Oh, the Zollos made it out there? Look at them.
Yeah, my parents. Don't ask me about anybody else, but yeah.
So the Zollos came to visit.
The Zollos are in town. I do like the vibes when everybody's in town. You haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, the vibes are great. Baseball.
I like the ironing board on the back of the door.
Not my house, so. It's literally not my house.
Speaking of vibes, who's ruining playoff vibes and reading the injuries?
It's weird. I don't see Bijan Robinson on here, but he's definitely killing the vibes. He's not injured, but I feel like he's killing it. QB Stroud and Zach Wilson out. You weren't starting Zach Wilson anyways, and if you had Zach Wilson all season, there's no shot you're in the fantasy playoffs. Trevor Lawrence is still questionable. Who knows? Mr. Mayo Levis is also questionable. Highly doubt you're starting him. Two guys out, Brian Robinson and Ramondre Stevenson. I mean, you were probably starting Stevenson if he was healthy, and you were going to hate yourself for it. But Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, Jerick McKinnon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, as Tony Romo and Jim Nantz like to say, Zach Moss, Deonta Foreman, Alexander Madison, AJ Dillon, all Q tags. Don't start Clyde Edwards-Helaire if he plays. Don't get into that trap. That's a bad move. Two guys really killing the vibes. Ja'Marr Chase, kind of surprised. Keenan Allen, even though we still love him. Marquise Brown, and why is Juju Smith-Schuster even listed on the damn sheet? That's disrespectful to every other receiver on here. Christian Watson is doubtful. Ryan has him as his wide receiver 133 on the week, so I think you're okay there. Tyreek Hill is questionable. Devonta Smith, Nico Collins, Jaden Reed, Zay Jones, and Dontavian Wicks. Well, good news for Romeo Dobbs. If Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, and Christian Watson don't play, he might have 75 targets on the game because Luke Musgrave is also out. Hunter Henry, Cole Kmet, Chigozimo Okonkwo, Michael Mayer, and Tommy Tremble, all questionable. Oh, and kicker news, because we finally have that. Josh's favorite. Randy Bullock to the IR. R.I.P. Cade York should kick, but needs to be activated from the IR today. Riley Patterson is gone in Detroit, and Michael Badgley is taking over. And just at the top of the hour, the greatest kicker known to mankind, the Chicago Bears, just making the best of moves. They have signed veteran kicker Cairo Santos to a 4-year, $16 million extension, which will inevitably get him cut by the end of next season because he's not that good. Cairo Santos has been extended by the Chicago Bears. So there's your vibe check for week 16 going into your semifinals, most likely. Sorry if you're like me and have Keenan Allen.
I have Ja'Marr Chase in a lot of leagues too, and that's killing me.
Well, you know what?
I had Ja'Marr Chase in, I don't know.
But even starting him hurt. Even when he was healthy, it hurt.
Yeah.
Here's the people I feel bad for. The people that didn't have the option to take Christian McCaffrey over Ja'Marr Chase. That's who I feel bad for. I don't feel bad for the people that took Ja'Marr Chase when they could have taken Christian McCaffrey. So
me, you don't feel bad for me.
I don't feel bad for you at all. No, not even a little bit. I don't feel the slightest remorse.
Our friend Zach wants everyone to know he has the name for cheap.
We all do. Why you put a turtle there?
I don't know. I was wondering about myself.
A Cooter River turtle or something, right? It's some kind of turtle.
I love Rashid Shaheed.
Joe wants his online alter ego to know that Ryan and Josh done advised him out of the playoffs. So.
It's all James Cook's fault.
Listen, man.
Because Joe wasn't here, so.
Listen, Joe. I don't know what to tell. I say this every week on the show. I don't know why you listen to those two jamokes. I'm the only guy you should ever listen to.
Because you weren't here.
Yeah, well, I wasn't. That's not my fault. I
kind of is.
June 9th, 2069 start word is shart. So 6969.
Too far.
Yo, if you can subsidize a full year's salary for me plus benefits, I'll be here every week for you, okay? If you can do that, I'll be here for you.
All right. For our first question, good morning, Anthony. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Feliz Navidad. All that fun stuff. He is rich in running backs and is trying to figure out who he should sit in a full PPR. Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, Devon Achane, or Travis Etienne. So, Joe, who are you sitting?
Well, you know what's crazy is DeAndre Swift has the 5th most rushing yards in the NFL. That's kind of gross to say. And James Cook is 2nd. So, of all of these, Etienne, he's been garbage. I don't think I said it on the show 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen 100 yards since Clemson. So all the other guys have better upside than him. And
I was going to say, I think it depends on basically on your matchup. If you need upside or if you want something maybe a little safer.
Yeah, but like Etienne's safe is like 9 points, which is like he needs to find the end zone to be good. and he hasn't, which is scary. And like he had those 3 games where he ripped off 2 touchdowns in each game. I'm not saying DeAndre Swift or Barkley or literally any of these guys have been world beaters the last like 5 or 6 weeks, but I don't like Etienne. Honestly, I really don't like him. I think you have way bigger upside with all of the other guys.
And it's crazy how far we've come because Achane, I feel like it was so much of a why would you even consider sitting? But then you see what Mostert's been doing. But I do think his ceiling is better than all the others.
And
He just needs to break off.
Etienne sees Tampa Bay. They have a pretty damn good run defense.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that game is going to be passing all the way around. Those 2 secondaries are not very good. So, I don't like Etienne.
Josh, do you have anything different to add?
I really want to say sit Swift just because I know this Eagles running game and they've been so bad lately. Because they can't figure out why they need to play Kenny Gainwell over DeAndre Swift.
What do you mean? Kenneth Gainwell's better. What are you talking about?
No, definitely not. For everything you said about the Bucs defense being good, they allow the 9th most fantasy points to running backs the last 4 weeks. So
which is insane to me. It's got to be through the air is my assumption on a lot of those. But
they're averaging 3.5 receptions allowed and 21 receiving yards, so it's not much through the air.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're averaging over 1 touchdown allowed per game on the ground and 4.5 yards per carry. So,
would you guys like to know the top 5 leading rushers in the NFL? Just real quick while we're at it.
McCaffrey, Cook,
Christian McCaffrey. After last night, Kieran Williams, but obviously James Cook has not played yet. Kieran Williams, James Cook, Raheem Mostert, DeAndre Swift. Would you like to take a guess on where 2 through 5 went in your fantasy football drafts?
A lot lower than
anybody would have ever imagined. So
yeah, Kieran Williams, I think, is averaging over 100 rushing yards a game or something really close to that because he missed like 6 weeks. It felt like
fucking insane.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's bad to say, but I'm just looking at defenses, and I don't know the recent games. Just overall, Philadelphia's defense has been pretty good against the run. So it makes me a little nervous. That's who Barkley.
Saquon tears up Philly every
Does
he?
Okay.
He does.
He finds a way.
He knows their number. He knows them.
And Philly's run. I mean, Josh can attest. Their run defense has been a little suspect. It's been hot and cold as of late. They weren't as good.
5th most fantasy points to running back since week 12.
They haven't been as good since when they started. Yeah.
Yes, then you're
and Tommy Cutlets. Don't forget about. They haven't seen Tommy Cutlets.
Speaking of Tommy Cutlets, I saw a post yesterday that said that Tommy DeVito's agent is looking at trademarking Tommy Cutlets because he wants.
Oh, they already passing Paisan or Paisano.
You can honestly make the shirts.
Paisano. Well, like because he wants to release like chicken cutlets and chicken cutlet sandwiches and like all that.
You got to capitalize on this.
I mean, why not?
This is literally his 15 minutes of fame.
Speaking of food, we're skipping some questions so we can help scampers out. Chilaquiles or huevos rancheros this morning for breakfast? I don't know what chilaquiles is.
Are we going around?
So
if there's eggs involved, that's what I want.
That's the huevos rancheros. But there might be eggs in chilaquiles. I don't know when they are.
Chicken and waffles. Sorry.
A classic SoCal staple.
Yeah, chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Josh.
Chilaquiles is fried corn tortilla chips with like salsa, and it's a really traditional Mexican breakfast.
Basically breakfast nachos, he said. All right, I'm down for breakfast nachos.
I'm good if you're like if it's late morning. I'll take that.
I just like that that's Josh's one Spanish word that he knows.
Chilaquiles.
For those who don't know, Josh's mother was a Spanish teacher, and Josh can't speak Spanish. So
yeah, Josh's mother's Cuban.
Yeah,
fluent Spanish. Teacher Spanish.
Fluent Spanish. Josh knows nothing.
Yep.
Josh no habla en español.
Not much. Nope.
He doesn't even know how to answer that in Spanish. He's just like, nope.
Honestly, he could have just said no, and he would have been 1 for 1. So.
There you go.
Right? If he'd have just said no.
All right.
Albert wants to know, in a full PPR, are you going Brandon Aiyuk or Metcalf? Joe.
Dang, they're both pretty good, aren't they?
I know. My gut says Aiyuk, but then like my PTSD of the Metcalf game versus the Cowboys is kicking in. You know what I mean?
They both play bad secondaries, like really bad secondaries.
Go with the better offense.
Yeah, I would go with the better offense that's at home and not on the road. Is kind of where I'm leaning.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly find a way to get both of them in there if possible because they both have good matchups. Tennessee can play.
Whose dog is barking?
That's Roxy. She can't hear. She's 14 years old. Her back legs don't work. She looks like she's crip walking. Like it does not. She's not there. But she's our dog. She's great.
The vibes are high with her.
The vibes are not high at all. She can't jump up on the couch anymore.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a Shih Tzu poodle. Take a Chinese guard dog, take a war dog, and you get an idiot, and that's what we have. So I was like, what? Like, what was a Shih Tzu? And I just looked up Chinese guard dog for royalty back in like 2000 BC. Poodle, British war dog. Put it together, 8 pounds of idiocy. It's insane.
It's a sheepoo.
But she's adorable, and that's what counts. Baltimore can't cover. The only thing you're going to get with them is they're going to rush the passer and rush Brock Purdy. And there's much more options in that offense. The thing deterring Baltimore can play good defense in the front seven. They cannot cover. They haven't been able to cover. That's very clear. Tennessee can play good defense and be coached well. That's what scares me. I'm never putting Kyle Shanahan as the, he's going to coach well kind of guy. So I want both of them. If it's only one, I will go Aiyuk.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. But I would like to know what your other, for it to be them, like either or, who else are you starting? Yeah. Because that's pretty solid to be sweating.
Yeah, I'd want both in all honesty. My issue with Aiyuk has been Deebo Samuel is so hot right now.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yeah, like you're just kind of getting scraps with Aiyuk. It's like 4 for 75 type of game. So he's providing
isn't bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Like if I could get 11, 12, 13 points from my flex, I'm not going to complain about it in a PPR. But I think Metcalf to me still has a good floor, but he offers that level of more consistent upside, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And again, it's Tennessee. Tennessee's their pass defense is terrible.
Both pass defenses are terrible, which sucks.
No, they are. And Baltimore has been even worse since week 12. They're like 6th most against wide receivers, which again, like Deebo Samuel has been Purdy's like go-to guy in the receiving game for the last feels like 6 weeks, really.
About time.
So, yeah, right.
When you said that's so hot right now, I'm thinking of like, what is it? Stefan from SNL in the club. It's so hot right now. Debo. So hot right now.
They have everything.
Yeah.
If it boils down to these two for me, it's Metcalf for the upside. But I again, if you're just chasing a floor, Aiyuk is fine because we know what kind of upside he has if Debo were to get hurt or if any of those offensive weapons go off. Get hurt.
And Albert, I just want to know who the rest of your team is. Now my curiosity is like, I need that answered.
I know he's here. He might just not be able to, as keyboard or something. I know he's here. So hopefully later on he says something.
Like you got to at least be able to flex Metcalf. If not, you're winning because that's insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you must be stacked.
Yeah. Well, he listens to the show every week. So
so he's stacked, of course.
Come on now.
Well, but if he listens when you're not here, Joe, he's obviously screwed.
Well, he's probably lost all those weeks that I wasn't here. But when he does, I mean, I'm here the majority of the weeks. So we're killing it. We're fine. We're good. Here we go.
Joe's alter ego wants to know if there's been any news about Lawrence.
It's weird that he asked this because I have Trevor Lawrence in my big money league. It's crazy that he asked this question.
Because it's you, Joe.
Yeah, none of us are Stephania Bell, sadly, or Trevor Lawrence. But if he's played through injury, I've seen what morphine and like opioids do to a human.
Yeah, but this is the concussion. This isn't the ankle.
Oh, just shoot it right into his head and he's fine.
Science.
Scamper says we should change the name of the show.
Stacked or screwed? Nice. What about stacked and screwed? Can that be a thing?
Could be a thing.
I mean, the latest we know is he still has the Q tag, and at that point, it's just it's a waiting game.
Yeah, this is really just concussion symptoms, right? Like he was added to the concussion protocol after the game. So,
Joe, here's what I know. The NFL likes money. And if the NFL can put Trevor Lawrence out there on Christmas Eve when nobody's doing anything except sitting in their houses and putting on maybe a good show of football, I'm going to bet a lot of money that the NFL is going to do whatever they can to get Trevor Lawrence out there. So that's just me.
And I feel like teams are going to be so skittish on taking people off of questionable, and you know what I mean? Especially after the fines. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever. Shad Khan doesn't care. Oil tycoon.
All right. Chris with another
so
happy holidays wish. So sweet. At a full PPR, at running back, which two would you start? Jahmyr Gibbs, Raheem Mostert, or Breece Hall? We'll start with that part first, and then we'll go to the second part. Joe.
Sit the guy who's had -7 rushing yards this entire season, and start the two guys, one that had 11 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown, and the guy that leads the NFL in touchdowns.
And
all right, so for
balls
people
too.
who don't follow numbers, Joe, give them names.
The two obvious names on the list.
Gibby and Mostert.
Thank you, Cooter. Yeah, Gibbs and Mostert. This one is not even close. I know Josh's answer. You don't even have to go to him. I know his answer on this one. Because on Wednesday's show, Jahmyr Gibbs and Raheem Mostert should never be asked in a start-sit question for the rest of the season, is what was uttered. I listened to the show even when I'm not on it. And go ahead with the next part, because this. Hold on,
I just want to say, Chris, I don't blame you for asking because I overthink everything, so it's okay.
I mean, Breece Hall has a really good matchup. So
I don't blame it.
Like, you want to find a way to get him in your lineup, but you're not sitting Gibbs.
You can't.
And you're not sitting Mostert. Like, it is what
you're
it is.
Gonna play
if Hall goes off, so be it. Like,
you're playing a New York Jet in your semifinal game.
Yeah, you're playing with fire. You're
maybe you like to live a little. Maybe. I get it.
Look, I'm starting Breece Hall in a couple semifinal matchups, but they're dynasty teams.
Is it because you have no other choice?
That's crazy that you're just like throwing away money like that. Like, that's insane to me.
He may not have any other choice.
I was gonna say, losing Jamar Chase and other players, like, I've got no choice at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And in a question that I never thought I would ask in 2023, are you starting Kyler Murray or Joe Flacco?
This isn't even close.
Right.
This isn't even close. It's Joe Flacco. It's not even close.
I don't know, man. I can't. It scares me. Like, part of me is like, that can't continue, right?
I had to start Joe Flacco last week in.
Oh, it can. Because you want to know what's going to happen? Here's the two things that's going to happen.
Cleveland is full names.
Cleveland is going to play Baltimore in the first round of the playoffs if Baltimore doesn't get the 1 seed. If they do, Cleveland plays them in the second round. Joe Flacco is going to knock out the Baltimore Ravens from the playoffs. And then you want to know what's going to happen in the NFC? Matt Stafford is going to stomp into Detroit and beat Detroit on their home turf to still not let them win a playoff game. Oh, that is what's going to happen. Joe Flacco is on one right now. I don't know what it is, but he is
in the last 3 weeks.
He's on one right now. It's
Flacco,
insane.
The president, or as Carrington says, Joe Flacco.
I hated Joe Flacco when he was on the Ravens because I don't like the Ravens as a Patriots fan. Go fucking nuts on Cleveland, buddy.
Flacco is the answer.
Like, literally. You mean January Joe? We're close enough. He's feeling it right now.
I just love that Stampers is like in Google, like full name, Joe Flacco.
Right? Joe Flacco, full name.
Listen,
I agree with you. While his huevos rancheros cooks on the stove.
It's very scary to have a man who was just sitting on his mother's couch 4 weeks ago eating dinner with her starting in your fantasy.
Like, part of me is like, someone's gonna figure it out, you know?
Yeah, but David Njoku looks like fucking Dave Casper out there. Like, it's insane.
It is.
Yeah,
I am happy for the Browns fan base though, because that has been a ride. Well, I'm not a Browns fan, but just as a fan that like has been stomped on and it sucks and like you just get kicked over and over again sometimes, it's at least they have light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for them for that.
I just want Joe Flacco to beat the Ravens in the playoffs.
Matt Stafford because
Joe Flacco. I think, yeah. I have the option. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, I have Flacco or Murray on my bench. I'm easy pivot to Joe
so
Flacco.
you're not even just throwing this out. You're like living this life.
Oh, I'm easy pivot. If Lawrence doesn't play, I am smash starting Joe Flacco. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, smash starting him.
All right.
Oh.
Caesar in a Dynasty Superflex. Start 2.
Nick Mullens.
Geno, Nick Mullens, or Jake Browning. So who aren't you starting in that Superflex, Joe?
The guy I was throwing up in my mouth saying his name. Gunslinger mentality. The mobility king himself, Nick Mullens. Yeah, we're benching him. We're benching him. Jake Browning, what's the guy who's been on one? Jake Browning's been on one.
Vibes are high with Jake Browning.
Yeah, every single AFC North quarterback is good outside of Mitchell Trubisky, and that's insane.
Mitchell.
So, yeah, Mitch. Every backup in the AFC North is good except Mitchell Trubisky. Joe Flacco, dog. Jake Browning, dog. Tyler Huntley, former Pro Bowler. Mitchell Trubisky, second overall pick.
Oh, he's giving context. He lost Stroud and Burrow. That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, yikes.
Hey, but you're still in it, so.
Honestly, I'm okay. Like, I'm good with Geno and Browning. Like, I'm not mad about that. I am too. Yeah.
Yeah, I have zero desire to start Nick Mullens.
I was about to say, Josh is not saying Nick Mullens right now. That's not even an option.
I still think it's a miracle he scored 19 fantasy points last week.
Scampers is going to use full names from here on out. Cooter appreciated that. So Scampers,
I do. I'm throwing those middle names.
Mason Walker Crosby.
That's a sick middle name, first off. That makes him that much better. Why is fucking Haversick still kicking? Put in Walker Crosby. Come on.
It also sounds like a baseball player name.
Yeah, imagine going by Mason your whole life when you could have gone by Walker. There was a second half to that question, Faith. There was a
Diontae, Zeke.
Who was
it? Lockett.
All right, flex 3. Lockett, Diontae Johnson, Aaron Jones, CEH, or Gabe Davis. Joe already told you not to start Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, I got to look at these matchups.
So there's that.
Lockett, yes.
Davis at Chargers, Jones at Carolina.
Zeke is Sunday night against Denver. Diontae, I forget who he's playing. He has a decent matchup.
He plays,
he has a decent matchup.
I thought it was Indy.
They
play the Bengals. They're the 4:30 game today.
Yeah,
Bengals.
I'd go Lockett.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I think I like Zeke.
Yeah, I think I like him too.
Yeah, I think with Zeke, you got to go with volume.
Mm-hmm.
Like the volume's there.
If he is not splitting that backfield, the first game, like he was fully back there with no Ramondre, 97% of the snaps he played against Pittsburgh. It was insane. And this hurts me so much, but I think the answer is Gabe Davis, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But if Trey Tucker is catching 2 touchdowns against the Chargers defense, I think Gabe Davis can do it. So that, or the Chargers are going to be so fucking inspired that the meathead that was Brandon Staley is no longer there, that they come out and absolutely ball. But I would go Lockett, Aaron Jones, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I was going to say
Lockett, Zeke, Gabe Davis. My apologies.
My only thing is Jones gets the Panthers.
Yeah, that too.
That's my only thing.
But isn't he just like a gust of wind away?
I know from being hurt. Yeah, I know. That's where I'm. Oh, yeah. I'll go with the same ones you said.
Yeah, you're gonna get 3 different answers here because for me, it's Lockett, Diontae Johnson, and Zeke.
So Zeke, we
Diontae
all
scored
agree.
a touchdown in 3 straight games. Tyler Lockett has arguably the easiest matchup. Gabe Davis, for as bad as the Chargers defense is, they're even worse against running backs. And Joe Brady showed last week he doesn't need to throw the football to win games. He's just going to run James Cook. And honestly, I think that's what they'll do this week too.
So Caesar, I will say, I'm fine with the Diontae Johnson pivot. Here's my thing. I know you watch Wednesday's show. I jinxed Diontae Johnson on Wednesday's show. So I am not putting or advising anybody to start Diontae Johnson for that reason. But no, like the Diontae or Gabe Davis is fine. Yes, Aaron Jones matchup is great, but again, he's a pinch in the wrong nerve away from just.
Here's what I would say: who's more likely to get a literal 0, Gabe Davis or Diontae Johnson?
Oh, Gabe Davis, 1,000,000%,
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Gabe
Yeah,
Davis
it would
is
hurt.
like Kitty.
You would be upset more if you had Gabe Davis in and Diontae got points versus the other way around.
Correct.
I would just like to state for the record, Cooter, when you whispered Gabe Davis, that was like some fun ASMR.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like, Amanda could do that.
I'll sprinkle it in.
Don't interrupt Art.
We're having a moment.
Our friend Rachel wants to know, in a flex spot, are you starting Chris Godwin, Adam Thielen, Tyler Lockett, or Zay Flowers? Joe.
They just did an X-ray on Chris Godwin. They found a dog inside of him.
I was gonna say I can't. It's hard for me to root for Tampa, but I think I got to go Godwin.
It's Godwin. He's been locked and loaded recently. Yeah, and Baker's been.
And they have something to play for. Like the Saints still aren't technically out of it.
Imagine having something to play for and not even being 500. Like that's tough.
Rough.
Yeah, Chris Godwin he's been. Adam Thielen has been a fucking dud because
he was so good at first though. Give him his flowers.
Great. He was great, and then for some reason David Tepper was like, I don't like Frank Reich anymore.
Yeah,
Lockett has a good matchup. Yes, that's fine, but the Baltimore receivers have been nothing special at all recently. Chris Godwin's been on fire against Jacksonville. He'll have a good game.
Yeah, as long as they keep lining Chris Godwin up in the slot, give me Chris Godwin.
They ain't lining him up anywhere else.
Well, they were lining him up outside. That's why he was sucking in the beginning part of the season.
All right, Joe, I meant to ask this earlier, but I need to know, what is in your smoothie?
Strawberry banana.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to say.
Because I'm a 12-year-old girl. Yep.
I was going to say the palate of a toddler.
Yep.
Our good buddy Elixirs wants to know, in his stupid standard league, or his STD league, as he calls it.
We love STDs. Actually, we hate STDs on this show. We hate standard leagues. Also, the answer is Gibbs.
Yeah, if it wasn't standard, I'd be tougher, but I'm benching Gibbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sitting Gibbs. I don't care if it's standard. You're sitting.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I'm going White and Pollard. If it was half point, I'd.
Oh, we're bench one. Sorry, I thought it was start one.
Oh no, I'm going White and Pollard. Bench Gibbs in standard.
White and Gibbs. White and Gibbs. Rashad White's had so many games with 100 all-purpose yards.
Now we got to fight about it, guys.
No, we're good. We don't fight on the show. We're cordial.
I want to fight.
I mean,
no. All right.
The last 4 weeks, Jahmyr Gibbs in standard scoring is the RB10.
Yeah, because he's nasty.
I don't want any information. Don't tell me numbers, okay?
I'm the same way. Fuck numbers. Fuck advanced analytics. No, it's from the heart. You want to
Dallas isn't the Dallas Miami game going to be like, it's projected to be the highest scoring game, so that's making Pollard's going to get a score.
Let me explain to you the Dallas Cowboys, everybody.
They're on the road. They suck.
No, that's not even it, Josh. That's not even it. Let's take it back to last year. Okay.
I can't think that far back.
No, that's fine. I'm going to narrate it for you. Okay.
We drink too much, Joe.
Here we go. Beginning of the season, Dallas Cowboys. Meh. Right? What happened this year? Dallas Cowboys. Meh.
Okay.
Right?
I'm following. Yeah.
Week 4, week 5 hits.
That I'm following.
Explosion of points. Cooper Rush against the Vikings. Dallas Cowboys against the New England Patriots. Explosion of points. We get to the middle of the season. Dak Prescott MVP conversation starts because he has one good game, and everyone's like, well, who else is going to be the MVP? It must be Dak Prescott, America.
Are you saying history repeats itself?
I'm saying history repeats itself. You want to know what just happened last week? Week 15 hits, and the Cowboys come back into their fucking turtle shell and don't know what they're doing. So it is very classic Cowboys. I just ripped my headphones off. Very classic Cowboys that this happens to them and they're going to choke in the first round of the playoffs. It's happened for the last 2 seasons. This is the Cowboys writing on the wall. They are garbage. If you look at Tony Pollard, some people on the Wednesday show might have said he's not going to be as good this year because he doesn't have a bruiser to take some of that load off of him. Guess what happened, Josh? What happened? What's his yards per carry? Below
Not
4?
great.
Yeah, terrible. Exactly. His yards per carry is in Najee Harris territory. Rashad White has a higher yards per carry than this motherfucker.
But all he needs is to just get so close and then boop, he's in. He's gonna get this.
No, that's Rico Dowdle territory.
I don't know, man.
No, they'll just do like a jet sweep for CeeDee Lamb.
No, that's Jake Ferguson end around territory. Come on.
I do like Ferguson this week.
We love Jake Ferguson here.
All right. Carrington says, pick one in a PPR. Waddle versus Dallas. Conversation we were just having. Brandon Aiyuk versus Baltimore, or Saquon versus Philly.
Waddle and Aiyuk.
It's pick one. That's
Pick
the hard
one.
part.
Oh, sorry.
So it's Waddle or Aiyuk.
Okay, I narrowed it down for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go Waddle.
To Waddle or
Yeah.
Aiyuk.
I would Waddle.
That is a tougher one, though.
I'm only taking Waddle if they rule Tyreek out.
Yeah.
That's my thing, because
That's
Waddle
fair.
doesn't have the ceiling that
Aiyuk
he
has.
showed last week if Tyreek Hill's playing.
Are they going to
Aiyuk's the
try to
safe
also? Are they going to try to feed Tyreek so that he can get his, what is it, however many yards, 2,000?
2000, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's definitely a Mike McDaniel move. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if Tyreek doesn't play Waddle, if he does, Aiyuk.
This is Saquon for me. But again, I know Saquon's history against Philly, and even when Giants are bad and lose by 25, Saquon still has a good game. So
Fair.
All right. Andrea says, good morning, everyone. Happy holidays.
Good morning.
She needs 2 and a flex. So, Raheem Mostert, Isaiah Pacheco, Bijan Robinson, Jerick McKinnon, Devonta Smith. Joe.
Mostert easy.
Mm-hmm. And then Smith for me.
Uh,
Oh, 2 and a flex, so we can pick
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Fun. Even better.
Bijan Robinson, gun to my head, and Devonta Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at it, I can't sit Mostert or Smith.
yeah, definitely can't sit Mostert. Can't sit Smith.
Bijan.
And I'm going to go with the guy that has
he-
the most upside, and that's Bijan.
Yeah, it gives me tummy bubbles, but
I cannot start Rutgers ground stomper Isaiah Pacheco over Bijan Robinson. That can't be a thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
And if Jerick McKinnon was like actually used in the passing game, unlike Clyde Edwards-Helaire was last week, McKinnon all the way. But Bijan, gun to your head.
It's a tough pill to swallow because of especially
take some
after what happened
Tums.
last
It'll be
week, but,
fine.
You're not gonna like it.
Tums, down some Pepto.
Yeah.
You'll
Take
survive.
some
Honestly,
Tums, it'll
You
be
made
fine.
it this far relying
about
on
to say.
Bijan Robinson and the inconsistency.
I was
Stick
about
with
to
it.
say
It's
you
been
got there. Now I had a first round bye last week in one league with Bijan, so I didn't have to worry about that bullshit that he did last week. I am worrying about the bullshit he might pull this week. So yeah.
Cooter, I just want to know, you just said take some Tums, it'll be fine. Is that the same
Mhm.
way you approach your daughter if she's not feeling well?
No.
Take some Tums, you'll be fine.
That's
Go
what I
watch Paw Patrol. It'll be fine.
Go watch Paw Patrol. Everything will be okay. I mean, why not?
Have a
Yeah, that's fair.
popsicle, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Andrea also needs to know Ferguson or Likely in a PPR.
Ferguson for me.
Black Mark Andrews. That's Dude, who else is catching fucking passes in that offense? Isaiah Likely just. I said
You
it-
don't believe in Dak at all, do you?
No. Listen, the volume Jake Ferguson is getting is insane. It's insane. Zacchaeus Malik Moss. Is that really his first name? That's sick.
Yeah.
Why does he go by Zach? What is this bullshit? Your name is Chigoziem Okonkwo doesn't go by Chig. He goes by Chigoziem because it's fucking sick.
He should at least go by Zach like ZACC.
Right?
Hold on. He's lying. Hold on.
There's no way. Zacchaeus Malik.
Back to the tight end question. I
Isaiah,
believe we got this exact same question on Wednesday.
You did.
He's not lying.
Yeah.
You did.
And my
He's not
response
lying.
was the Dolphins have been legit against tight ends, which is why I'm kind of fading Ferguson, but I do like the target volume.
I'm going for
Fred
it.
Warner, Joe, as you like to point out, is arguably, if not the best
Fergie?
cover linebacker in the NFL,
100%.
which downgrades likely.
Deaf.
But if Baltimore's going to do anything on offense, it's going to be through Isaiah Likely.
And what did you say last week with the Cardinals going against the 49ers? Is Trey McBride?
Trey McBride gets
I don't
everything.
know what's happening at the top of the stream right now, but
Fergalicious.
Trey McBride got hyper targeted in that game and had a lot of fantasy points.
Yep.
Isaiah Likely is going to have the same results in this game for the Ravens.
That was funny.
Isaiah Likely is the only real threat option in that passing game to me right now for them. Not looking at Zay Flowers. They're not looking at Odell. They are looking directly at Isaiah Likely. I said going into the game against Jacksonville, I think Ryan brought up that the Jaguars were good against tight ends or something like that, or somebody brought up that they were good against tight ends going into the Jacksonville game. I said, fuck no, they aren't. I'm not worried about Andre Cisco. And you want to know what he did in that double coverage catch? He mossed Andre Cisco because the safeties suck. No Talanoa Hufanga. Fred Warner scares me, but if you're just going to put him out there, and also it looked like they were playing a lot of zone against the Cardinals. Like Fred Warner wasn't on Isaiah Likely. So Isaiah Likely, Fergalicious is great if you have no other option, but in this case, Isaiah Likely is the guy. Black Mark Andrews.
I'm gonna be honest. Joe is like so confident and assertive. I need you to just I need to have you as like my alarm clock. Like get up, get out of bed. Don't press snooze. What are you doing?
Did Mama raise a bitch? No.
Yeah.
Get the fuck up.
I did.
It's my favorite line. Did Mama raise a bitch? No.
Oh gosh.
What is that from?
I don't know. I think we just made it up as our friend group.
It.
No, we always say in our friend group was like, did Mama raise a bitch? No, she
I
didn't.
think we're going to have to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Did Mama raise a bitch? No,
Urban Dictionary. The most badass saying you can say and use before you do something either stupid or badass is, Mama ain't raised no bitch.
Did Mama raise a bitch? Don't exclude the strawberry banana smoothie in my hand. But no, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Strawberry banana smoothies aside.
Next
I don't
question.
know if you guys were paying attention, but you guys were talking football. And Cooter
We're just
and I
talking
were
about, Fergie Ferg.
exchanging Fergie lyrics.
Great.
It's just two separate conversations.
All right, we got a lot of questions to get to.
We do have a lot of questions in 15 minutes. All right, Yeet 56 wants to know pick 2. Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, and Aaron Jones.
Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones.
Oh. I'm gonna go Kenneth and Monty.
That's fine. If you don't want to start Aaron Jones because injury concerns, Monty's totally fine. I'll take the matchup. I'll take the matchup in this situation with Aaron Jones.
I'm going against both of you guys. Chuba Hubbard and Kenneth Walker for me.
Exactly, scampers.
All you need to know,
That's
Kenneth
Joe.
Walker's the guy. Kenneth Walker's the guy.
Yeah, we all have at least one agreement, right?
Yeah.
All right. Caesar is starting Fields, DJ Moore, Bijan, and Kelsey. On his bench is Baker, Higgins, Holland, and Goddard. Would you make any changes or roll with the studs?
Is Travis Kelce a stud?
Hey,
Dude, I saw a picture yesterday. I don't know when it was from, but it's a picture of Travis with a hickey on the side of his neck.
Oh my God, I saw that. That's so mean. They
The
said that she
caption-
sucked the.
She sucked the talent out of him.
I think Mahomes punched him for dropping that touchdown in the end zone last week, but that's just me. But listen, I said asininely that Travis Kelce would be outside of the top 20 last week. Where was he,
He
Josh?
finished as tight end 20. So
There you go.
You missed that one.
There you go.
Barely.
So fuck the tight ends that played Monday and Sunday night because he was tight end 17 going into the 4:00 games.
Oh my gosh.
But he's tight end 20. Is that A stud? No.
I mean, but here's the thing. At the end of the day,
His
you're
ceiling,
still starting
though.
Kelsey over Goddard.
Yeah,
right
his
now.
ceiling.
Yeah,
My only
like,
thing here, you're
Goddard
starting
right now
Fields.
is still a very distant third target for the Eagles. So I'm fine keeping Kelsey in over Goddard.
Yeah, just let's not call him a stud.
If you want it, yeah. I mean, that's fair.
He's
I
just-
personally would start Baker over Fields.
But their matchup's pretty good.
Their matchup
Fields
is good.
has been dog shit in fantasy for the last month. 6 weeks, really.
In fantasy, which is crazy.
Whoa, what just happened? Okay.
I don't know. Faith, she's still here.
She left.
Which is crazy because Fields has looked like a competent NFL quarterback since he's come back from injury.
The Bears are winning in spite of Justin Fields right now. Their defense is playing out of their mind.
Oh, the defense
Baker
is
does
playing
have a good
great.
matchup too, though.
I would go Baker, DJ Moore. You're not starting Hall over Bijan. Yeah. I would just put Baker in for Fields.
You know what? It just depends. Do you want all your eggs in the Bears basket? Probably not, huh?
Yeah, I would.
At home against Arizona, I love because that is a dome team in warm weather going to freezing Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But Baker's been hot. You can't sit Baker. He's been hot.
All right. George wants to know Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, or Noah Brown in a flex for a half PPR.
I don't like Javonte this week.
Aaron Jones.
Let me see the matchups again.
Aaron Jones, Carolina. Javonte is against the Patriots, and Noah Brown plays Cleveland. I would probably go Aaron Jones on matchup.
Just one, yeah.
It's Noah Brown for me. He's the only real option right now in that Texans passing attack.
Yeah, I'm between Brown and Jones. And just with the health, yeah, I don't know. I might go Brown. If you need, I guess it depends who else you're starting to. I feel like everything when it comes to a game like this, where it's like you're out if you lose, you need to look at your matchup and see if they have like some big swing hitters. Swing for the fence hitters. Did I say that right? I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I'd be looking at it. And I feel like Noah Brown could potentially be your ceiling play. So if you're going up against somebody big, I'm going.
Yeah,
Noah
like
Brown.
if your opponent had like Puka
CMC.
Nacua,
Yeah,
on
crazy.
Thursday, then yeah, I get that 100%.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. George also wants to know Dustin Hopkins or Kai Fairbairn at kicker.
Kaimi Fairbairn.
No,
Same game. Same
Also-
game in a dome. I will take the guy in the better offense, Dustin Hopkins. Josh
What
won't
is-
answer this question.
Usually I just pull up Linda's kicker rankings.
Yeah,
and go
she's-
I was gonna say I would go with whatever Linda said. I trust her. I trust her
Yeah.
with my heart.
D-Hop's been
Oh my
arguably the
gosh.
best kicker in the NFL, not named Brandon Aubrey. And I like Kaimi, but CJ Stroud's not in. And I think that I don't know if that offense can at least push it into field goal territory for him. So I like Hopkins a lot more.
Works for me. Faith, what's up?
So has anybody ever fully looked up Kaimi Fairbairn's full name?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
fucking
it's like
long.
47 letters.
Yeah, it's fucking long.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Like
Yeah,
all of that bold.
Kaimi
But it
Lafuka
starts with
Nacua.
John
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah, it's insane. Absolutely
Anyway.
It's the
insane.
abbreviation.
Oh my god, and a defense question? Josh.
Jets,
George-
Colts, or Bears? Oh my.
Who do the Jets play? Why am I blank? I don't know who the
I
Jets
know.
play.
Scampers, you disappoint me. Copy
Yeah,
paste,
really.
bro. Copy paste.
The-
Jets play Washington. Bears play Arizona. And then what was the other one? Colts.
Colts play the Falcons.
I would go the.
I know the
Ooh.
Colts are Ryan's stream of the week, so that's what I'll go with.
Yeah, Falcons. Oh, I'm between Jets and Colts then.
I would go the Bears.
Really?
The Bears.
That's the hottest defense of these three right now. And as previously mentioned, at home against a dome team coming from Arizona in 20-degree weather. Kyler Murray hasn't played well in cold weather.
This is true. I don't think you can really go wrong with the Bears or the Colts, in all honesty.
I would go Bears. They're at home.
I'm Jets or Colts, so I guess go Colts because that's where other people agree.
Okay. There you go.
All right. Flex 1, JT, Devon Achane, Addison, Zay Flowers in a half PPR.
Jonathan Taylor's healthy. Yeah.
And didn't we just get an alert literally just now that
Zacchaeus Malik Moss is out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Atlanta's run defense has been...
Hey, go back to that question.
I'm going.
Here.
Don't tell me what to do.
Nope. I got her. Never mind.
Joe,
I said I got you. I don't like JT against Atlanta. I will go... I'm just making sure Minnesota plays a decent team. I would go Minnesota. I would go Jordan Addison. Detroit has struggled in Minnesota the last 2 seasons.
And Detroit's good against the run, but not against the pass, right?
They've been dog shit against the pass.
So, yeah, Addison. Between Addison and Achane for me, but I might lean Addison too.
I like Addison.
I mean, Achane's definitely the ceiling play just because we've seen so much of it. JT, first game back, you don't really know what you're going to get. Addison was the wide receiver 1 last week. I mean, I love that matchup. Half PPR, I really want to lean towards a running back, but I think it's hard to sit Addison right now.
Yeah, I think Addison or Achane for me, either way, it's 50-50 in my opinion.
All right. We have 16 questions to get to in 7 minutes.
Spitfire.
So,
Ready?
Where we're going? Rapid fire. We're going lightning round. All right. Jennifer wants to know if Reed plays. You playing Reed or London?
No numbers, just heart. Reed.
Shout out answers.
Drake London.
Jaden Reed.
Josh, anything different? All right. Can you trust Bijan? He doesn't have too many other options. I guess it all depends on what your other options are.
You have no choice.
Yep, do it.
Yeah, you got to go Bijan.
All right. Aaron wants to know Swift, Ty Chandler, Amari Cooper, PPR Flex, and Trevor or Baker at QB.
Baker QB.
Yeah. Swift.
Yeah. Is it just one?
Just one. Swift.
So
it's Baker and Cooper. If you're leaning on Flacco, you're leaning on Cooper. So
if it's full Cooper. PPR, go Cooper. Well, I can see Swift, but yeah.
Swift ain't catching passes.
Daniel Morales needs a wide receiver and a flag spot. Jaden Reed, Parker Washington, Jerick McKinnon, or Chase Brown.
This has to be a deep league. I like it though.
Parker Washington and Chase Brown.
I think I'm going Reed again.
Reed and I like Chase Brown, but I can't sit McKinnon. McKinnon, Reed. This is McKinnon's time. This is what he does every single year in the playoffs. He pops off. He scored 2 touchdowns 2 different ways last week. Give me McKinnon and Jaden Reed.
Hall, Waddle, Addison, Jones, or Zeke. Pick 2.
Addison.
Waddle. Addison, Waddle, Zeke. Addison, Zeke. Oh, that's where I'm between.
Jones? Which Jones?
Probably
Zay Jones.
Aaron
Jones.
Aaron?
Yeah, he's out.
But even still, if it's Jones versus Zeke, I'm going Zeke.
I go Addison and Zeke unless Tyreek Hill sits. Then Addison.
Then Waddle, Zeke.
Yeah.
Oh, Addison and Waddle.
It's Zeke and Addison for me.
All right. Patrick wants to know London, Palmer, or Brown in a 1-point PPR.
Palmer for me.
Oh.
Garbage time, baby.
Yeah.
Drake London.
I keep having to look at all these matchups. Y'all got it in your brains?
Palmer against the Bills, London against the Colts, Chase Brown against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, London.
Woods girl, good morning, Foggy Oregon. In a flex spot, full PPR, OBJ at the Niners, Antonio Gibson at the Jets, Tyjae Spears playing Seattle, or Chase Brown at Pittsburgh. Thank you for giving the matchups, so Cooter doesn't have to go look them up.
You're right, and I didn't even notice it. Thank you. I was still typing it in. I was like, wait.
Odell's enticing, but it's Chase Brown.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Dog status.
Yeah. Chase Brown.
All right. Simply Shamey wants to know Jared Goff or Joe Flacco. Really think about it.
I won't be thinking it's Goff for me. I know that you're going to say Flacco, but it's Goff.
Goff sucks on the road. He's been bad in Minnesota the last 2 years. Joe Flacco.
Goff.
I love Flacco, but Jared Goff in a dome, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions on the season. Give me Jared Goff.
Sam Laporta.
Joe Flacco.
He averages 3 touchdowns a game.
All right. London Palmer Brown. I think we just did this one.
Was this similar, right? Yeah, London.
Yeah, I think
London.
it's the same question.
You know who sings London, London? Isn't that Fergie? Fergie?
How
Fergalicious?
come every time you come around my London,
Full
London
circle.
bridge? It is a Fergie song.
She was just responding to the kicker question.
Yeah, I see that now. All right. Sit one in a full PPR.
Ooh.
Kenneth Walker, Ty Chandler, Saquon Barkley, or Devin Singletary.
Singletary.
Starting Walker. Yes. Singletary.
Singletary.
All right. Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, or Ty Chandler. Sit one.
Sit Chandler for me.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Josh.
Chandler. Monty has a
Right.
decent floor, but he's kind of been the odd man out of late in that entire Detroit offense.
Yeah.
All right. In a PPR, are you playing Rondale or Mingo?
That's deep.
Give up.
Give me the target with Mingo.
I'm not sure. Scampers, what are their first and middle names here? Who are these?
Yeah.
Right? Scampers. I don't know who these people are.
I can't do this.
Disappoint me.
I need full names. I don't. I'll be
Give
honest.
full names. In the
Yeah,
meantime, go to
Mingo.
Julian. Jake Browning or Geno Smith?
Geno.
Jake Browning.
Oh.
Jake Browning's a dog.
I wasn't confident in it, but I'm gonna go Geno.
Jake Browning's a fucking dog. Do not sit that
All
way.
right. Tiebreaker Josh.
Yeah, Jake Browning for me.
Jake Browning's a dog. He's got that husky in him.
I believe.
Daniel, Jaden Reed, Parker Washington, Jerick McKinnon. We already did this one.
Yeah, we
We answered this one. Yeah. The correct answer is Parker Washington and Chase Brown, just for reference. So.
All right. So even without full names, because
I don't trust the
It is.
offense for Mingo. I'm gonna go Rondale.
I don't trust Rondale to get much of anything.
I don't trust either of
I'm
them.
gonna at least take the targets that Mingo's getting. There's upside with the targets.
I am going with my previous train of thought on the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray. They will not play well in cold weather. Jonathan Mingo at home.
Their hands are gonna be freezing.
Rondale is Rondale Deshaun Moore.
Okay,
Thank God he
good.
doesn't go by Deshaun. Thanks for the
Mingo.
delayed
What
reaction,
is-
guys. Jonathan Mingo.
Thank you.
Jonathan. Good old John boy. Speaking of Jonathan Andriel Mingo, there you go.
Thanks, Joe. Beat me to it.
There it is.
Actually,
Mr.
that's-
Scampers, put it in there.
Oh, Jonathan Andriel. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. There was your answer. And as a Christmas present. to the
Beautiful.
show.
John Christian ka imino ia luo meka iko oke kuma upua a Fairbairn. That honestly sounded right. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sounded right. So
You know,
It's definitely Kuma Pua at the end.
yeah,
Probably, right? I think that's beautiful. I love like the intonation, right? I want to know how you say it.
I got a B- in English, so yeah, that sounds right. Julian brings up no Chase scared him for Browning. He had, I mean,
T. Higgins.
yeah,
balling,
T.
so.
Higgins has been absolutely out of his fucking mind. And honestly, like, don't sleep on Trent Irwin or they have another rookie. I'm forgetting his name. It's
Andre Yeshivas or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce the last name.
Remember, Jake Browning was throwing to guys like Trent Irwin and Ishivas. He has good rapport with those guys being fourth and fifth string wide receivers on the team. So they're bumping up. Trent Irwin showed he can ball previously when Tyler Boyd's been out. Boyd's now going to move up in the depth chart. We all know Boyd's a solid wide receiver too. He's just bumped to the 3 because of the depth
If you ask his mom, he's a wide receiver 1, just saying.
Yeah, well, his mom might be wrong.
Just saying.
His mom's wrong, but yeah, I would honestly don't be scared. And the Chase Brown finding out of the backfield right now, that kid is a lightning bolt. So, Jake Browning.
All right.
2 more.
Are you starting the Bears over the Chiefs defense?
Yes.
I don't know. I think I'm starting Chiefs.
I get it. It's a division game. I really I'm sorry. The Chiefs gave up 17 to the Patriots.
But they went home. They sat down in a room. They cried. They thought about it. They fixed their mistakes.
No, that was the previous week when
They
Kadarius
listened to
Toney
Taylor
lined
Swift.
up off sides against Buffalo.
Yeah.
So no, that was the previous week when Mahomes actually they didn't cry. They cried actually in front of the press and in front of the public. They didn't cry.
That was
And-
ridiculous.
I honestly, the Chiefs defense is overrated. Tell me I'm wrong.
I think when you
but-
break it down and look at it from a fantasy perspective, it's the Bears. They're the defense 2 over the last 3 weeks.
Montez Sweat is the leading sack getter on 2 teams. Fun fact.
But what you're forgetting is the NFL script. The Chiefs are going to come back. I'm telling you.
I don't. That
Okay.
just
The script
starts-
says so.
Elixirs wants to know, where are you drafting Bijan next year if Smith keeps his job?
drafting him.
Yeah.
Undrafted.
I was going to say probably not
That
because
is-
I'm scared.
He's still a 2nd-round pick at minimum.
All right. And for our final question, Kevin wants to know, Bills, Broncos, or Eagles defense?
Never the Eagles.
Right?
Um,
No, honestly, their defensive line should show up this week against the Giants. That Giants offensive line is dog shit. So I expect a lot of sacks for the Eagles defense. Turnovers may be hard to come by, but they're going to get some sacks. But
Yeah, because
Bills for me.
Saints did pretty well against them, huh?
Yeah.
Was that a week or 2 ago?
Chase, the defensive points. The Raiders are one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and they spanked the Chargers last week with Easton Stick, Bills.
Yeah.
And that will be a crowd of 80% Bills fans in LA. No doubt about it.
All right. So, in case you're wondering, I found a video.
IW Marks and Kaimi. Let's get it out of the way.
Can you hear that?
please say
Mhm.
your full first name? It's a beautiful Hawaiian first name.
John Christian, Kaimi no e Aloha me ka ike o ke kumupa'a. Fairburn.
I love
That was
it.
pretty
Love
good.
it.
That
Dude,
was
I love
pretty
it.
good.
So, but his first name is John Christian.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
why would you go by John Christian? We could go by Kaimi.
Kaimi.
Yeah, just
exactly.
like, why would
But
you go by Zach when you go by Zacchaeus?
Zacchaeus.
Yeah, dummies.
Dummies. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Start, Sit, Different Day for week 16. Before we send you on your way to do your last minute Christmas shopping, because I'm sure there are people listening who still have Christmas shopping to do, Cooter, tell the people where they can find you.
First, I just want to say, please go listen to Fergalicious. Some great songs out there. You can find me at CooterDoodle, and then you can find my written stuff at FantasyLife.com.
What? And also, while you're at it, tweet at New York Times.
Yes.
You can hashtag Wordle and hashtag Start Chart.
Thank you. Join the
Go
cause.
follow the Indie Fuel.
Yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
what's their handle?
At
There
Indie
you go.
Fuel. Very, very simple. Yeah, that's great.
Their social media content is pretty funny over there.
I run all of it, so
I know.
I think it's funny.
It's pretty solid. I'm just disappointed that half your team chose pancakes over waffles.
I asked the guys why that. They said we're broke hockey players and we don't know how to cook, so Bisquick is easier and we don't have waffle makers. I'm like, all right, fair, but like,
I mean, you
Wrong.
can make waffles with Bisquick. You just
You just need a different, if you don't have
these
the,
boys need a waffle maker.
yeah, they're like, we're
For
broke, we don't have
Christmas
waffle
food.
makers. I'm like, okay, half of you have wives, just
I guarantee you they have waffle makers. They just don't realize they have waffle makers.
yeah. I don't know. I was angry at them. Ingram, Mike Ingram. Ingram, not even close.
Ingram.
All right. If you have questions that we don't get to, hit us up on the socials at Club Fantasy FFL, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Any number of the team or fabulous people in this community will gladly help you out, unless they are your opponent, in which case don't listen to them because their information is probably a little biased. If you are still in the playoffs, good luck this week in week 16. If you are still in the Scott Fishbowl playoffs, props to you.
Seriously.
I'm not. None of these people are.
My home commissioner is still in it, and I'm like living vicariously through him. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. Good luck, everybody, in the playoffs. Have a Merry Christmas. I hope your Monday morning is everything that you wished it would be, could be. And if you're not,
Speaking of Monday morning, anxiety will be on Tuesday morning
smoothies
this week.
Yes, because
Little
you
holiday
guys can talk about football anxiety and family anxiety.
There you go.
It's your little therapy session for the week after Christmas. We will see you next week, and then it's on to New Year's.
There you go.
Have a great week, y'all. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.